So the wife got me a yoga mat. What else was I supposed to do with it? Alright, well, welcome back to the next episode of ClintsStreetMachines, or video, or whatever we're going to call it. So, we're no longer in the camper, which ended up not being conducive to making videos after all. So I do still have a lot of footage of the S10 to show you, but I thought I'd go ahead and show you where we landed. We landed in Tennessee, just outside of Knoxville, and I have a new garage to play with. Okay, we gotta do electrical for sure. All right. It's 28 by 28 basically. Although I think my last one, I feel like it was 20 by 24. Or yeah, I think it was 20 by 24 because it was 480. Yeah, it was. So this is 8 feet deeper, 4 feet wider. So this is gonna work out nice. And it's got a higher ceiling that has not been finished, which helps it feel a little more open. Of course, it's gonna be cold. I do have a couple of windows for some natural light. That's good. Got a nice garage door. It is not insulated. I'm going to have to insulate this thing. But anyway, guys, here it is. This is the new home at ClintsStreetMachines. Here is our stuff. Not all of it. I had to leave half of it in Washington, and I'm going to have to go back for it. But a lot of stuff is here, and I'm looking forward to getting this stuff all put away, which is what I'm going to do right now. So you saw the garage before. I'll start packing crap into it, and then we'll probably do a few episodes on getting the garage up and running. Alright, so as you can see, there is our garage. This thing really has nothing for lights. That's what I got to work with. Sorry if my voice is rattly and the camera's a little shaky. My sleep's been all over the place. I've made 2 trips from Washington to Tennessee in the last 3 weeks. And I'm kind of exhausted. But that is it for wiring. Those 2 wires going up there, and then that little strip goes there. I've got an outlet there. There's one more outlet right there, but it's 2 feet from this one. But there's no electricity in the rest of the garage, so that is something I absolutely have to deal with. I've got to run an air compressor, which unfortunately I had to leave the air compressor behind. I'm going to have to be able to run a welder, so this little 110 outlet over here isn't going to cut it. So at some point I've got to get electricity from the house out to here with robust enough wiring to handle 220 on a couple of outlets. And then I'm going to need about 50 more of these lights. As you can see, the S10 got loaded with some stuff. I've got my shop press and my table in here and my engine hoist all taken apart. So a lot of weight in the back of the truck. This went on the back of the trailer, so all that stuff got exposed to the rain. And I did end up with some surface rust on my welding table, but we'll just grind that back off and call it good. The last garage was pretty low. This one is nice and high. There's probably a 10 foot to the rafters. The last house was 8. Matter of fact, the last house, the rafters ended just above the door when it was open. So it's nice to have a little more space above me, feel a little less claustrophobic. Claustrophobic? Claustrophobic. Claustrophobic? I don't know how to say that word, apparently. Also, it's colder than a witch's tit. Because there's no insulation in this thing. Priority-wise, we're going to have to get some heat and some air conditioning maybe at some point. About 37 right now, which is nothing compared to what the Yankees are dealing with. But it's a lot colder than I got used to on the West Coast. It's the S10! So, garage update. This disgusting mess of just crap thrown in here from the move. It's got to be cleaned up. And I got to get some of this stuff going. And I got to work on the truck. So, there you go. Alright, so we got the S10 out of the shop here. And we can start working on getting organized. So yeah, a lot of our stuff made it. I wasn't going to bring the parts cabinet washer. Ended up bringing that. Thought I was going to have to get rid of the blast cabinet just because it was so large, but we ended up getting that here. Did have to get rid of my air compressor, so we've got a new one here. Just bought the cheapest one I could find that would do the job. So that's the one we ended up with. Alright, so we got some lights. I don't know if I showed you guys. We got these 8-foot light strips. These are LED. I got one plugged in over here just so I could turn it on and get a little more light. Those should be nice. We got 10 of them. So yeah, let's hang this thing up and get to work. Alright, so what we got going on is, in order to maximize space, I've put my cutting station over here, which is basically everything that makes dust and dirt and grindings and things like that over there. The belt sanders over there. I'm going to mount grinders at the bench grinders over there. I'm going to put my hand grinders and stuff over there. That's where they're going to be most of the time. The drill press, all that stuff in that corner. And there's a light directly over that. The sandblast cabinet is going to mark the end of the dirty area. And then over on this wall, I'm just going to have all these shelves for storage. I have not decided exactly where the air compressor is going, but I'm thinking it's going to go right here where the toolbox is. If I can have 2 vehicles in the shop at one time, and one of them be a long-term project, that would make me a very happy camper. And we need light. We desperately need light. I'm the kind of guy that needs tons of light whenever I'm working on cars. You can't give me enough light. So I've got a light coming diagonally out of each corner. I've got 2 running lengthwise here on either side of a vehicle that will be parked in the center. Alright, so we got a pretty good amount of light in here. 6 seem to light the place up pretty well. Yeah, so there it is. We got that. We don't have that done. They're not on the light switch yet. I just have them plugged in, but they work. I don't have to monkey with it right now, so I'm not going to. I'm going to keep working on getting this place organized so we can start actually filming some stuff in here and getting some stuff done. Alright, so we got the corner finished up. So yeah, that's everything that gets dirty. I got crammed in there. Grinders, cutters, everything else. Put all that other stuff on the shelves just now, so this is all just so I can at least know where it is. So I got all my other cutting tools down there. And that leaves me the back half of the garage to make a little work area out of that's a little cleaner. Still got my storage along the wall, and I think what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go ahead and make a row of 4-foot by 2-foot rack, but instead of going all the way up, I'm just going to go out with it and use it for a countertop. Still don't know where I'm going to put that guy. Alright, lights, check. Grinding and cutting area, check. Okay, so there it is. kind of organized the way I plan on having it. There's plenty of stuff I got to do still, but I got 6 lights up and working. We've got our cutting station over there in the corner. Decided to put the air compressor right here by the door. Just hang a flag on it so it's not so bright and obvious through the window there. I've got my toolbox here, all storage over here. This will be storage on the back side, and but all my nuts and bolts and clips and doodads and all that's going on that shelf. That's easier to get to. This stuff will probably stay kind of where it's at because I'll use that often. I don't know what's going to go here. I got to cut that piece of wood in half to make those 2 shelves. Shop's looking all right. This back corner still got to get cleared out, but it's all right. It was the whole shop that looked like that. Now it's just this corner and the back wall. Got to remove this thing too, this bench thing. So I want that 1.5 feet, 2 feet back. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, stay tuned as we get this shop back in order and start getting this little truck worked on. Thanks a bunch.